Hi, this is Carmen with Cherished Legacies in the Well Chronicled Life, and we're winding up on week one of the What Makes You Smile challenge or the What Makes Me Smile album. And I'm learning along on this process. And so, a couple things that I've kind of changed my mind about this week is one, I've taken off you'll see the 2025 on my title because I've decided this isn't like an album I'll make new every year, but it's an album that I will continue to add to. So, unlike my year in review, which I'll do every year, this is something I will add to because it's really become what All About Me album or a blessing album or gratitude album, and I think it would be better suited just to add to it. It's going to be I'm really excited about this project. I think it's a great for beginners. It's great for people who already have things organized because it's going to be another layer to tell your story in a really great way. So I'm going to just share my screen, turn off my camera, and show you a couple of things that I've learned and how I have my first week set up. And like I said, I made some changes. So you'll find under albums, you'll find it as my first one. I just added these numbers here only so it'll come up first. Eventually I'll edit and take these numbers off. And then I'm going to end up moving it to probably under my commonplace book is probably where it will end up. So I'm going to open it up. I only have the week one, which is people. Each week I'm focusing on another thing that could possibly make you smile. And this week has been people. So as you can see, I do not have a cover page. So this is what it cover picture. So this is what it'll look like if you don't have any files under that. But in here, as you can see right here, I have 5 nested albums. So that's what these numbers mean. The 0 means I have no files under this album directly, but I have 5 nested albums. So I'm going to click on here and then my nested albums come up. As I've said, I have broken within this into 5 categories that I kind of came up with this week, which were different people. So my family, my friends, my coworkers and clients, groups of people. So this was like organizations and things like that that may make you smile or have an importance in your life. And then inspires. So inspires is to me like people, maybe an actor, maybe for me, I put Jesus. But whatever in your like comedian or a musician, somebody that really always, when you think about it, makes you smile. So you might not be friends with them exactly, but you or know them on a person on a one-to-one basis, but they do make you smile. So have that category. So what I did is you could just have this people what makes it, and you could just put files under here, right? And you can summarize them up here in the description. And then you could write on each file why, each picture why. I chose to break it up a little bit. So here's my family, and all I did was I took what I put on Facebook today and copied it over. And on Facebook, what I was trying to kind of get you to think about is don't just put your family in there, but why are they unique? Why do they make you smile? What is it special about them? And put that. So I just did all of that post and copied and pasted it right here. And then you could add more about a person if you wanted. I could have individual pictures of all my family, and then in the description write some. But for now, I'm not going to do that. So the second one's friends, and I've started with my first one. I'm going to show you again. I just put the post here and wrote a little bit about each one, or I could pick a picture and write a little bit about that. Either way, I'm going to show you how to add files because this is where facial recognition is wonderful. So this is going to pick up and you're like, oh, how am I ever going to find the person? The next person I'm looking for is Caitlin. So I'm going to go to filters and I'm going to go to my people. I'm going to select and I'm going to start typing her name and she's going to pop up. And then I'm going to show the results. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click select in the corner. I like this one. There's so many good ones. This is Art and Bloom. So I'm gonna just click on those, and up here on the right hand, add selected, and they're added. Okay, and I'll show you again. Add files. Then you're gonna filter to people. Now this works if you have named your people, right? And I'm gonna do, let's try, see if I have Julie. I'll show her, and then I'm gonna go down here and see if I can find some. This is like that one. At her wedding. There's a scroll. Up here, it's going to tell me how many I've selected. I've only selected 2. I want like 3 or 4 of different ones. I love this one of us. This is showing her at work, so we'll get that one. She's as a homeschool teacher. This is one of my favorite. I'm gonna click that one. Up to 5, but I love this one. So okay, anyway, so there's 6. I'm gonna add selected. And you can see that added it there. So let me just show you real quick another thing. So this is adding them as I have added. So your filters, this is the way I want it to look, but just so you know, usually it's going to either default to the newest taken or the oldest. Either way, it's going to have the date and kind of separate it. And sometimes I like this, especially if I have a lot of files with different days, and it just separates the days real nicely. But for this, I don't want all these dates, right? So I would not want it for that. So my other choice not to have that is either by the name. And you can see it kind of mixes them up then. I don't want that because I kind of want them all like, this is Kate, Caitlin, Julie, Cindy. I want them all kind of together, right? So I don't like that. So then we'll go to custom, and it's going to go back the way I added them, which I'm going to leave it like that. But if they were for some reason out of order, then I could go to edit custom, and I can move these around to make sure it has what I want. And then I hit done adding. So that is a little tip for that. So that's how that looks. And then I'm going to go back here and show you another little tip. So let's say hmm. So I just remember to I forget this myself. So you can always navigate over here, right? This is the best place to, and you can close this window, and you can to make your surface bigger, or you can open it. And I want to so you can see I've cut and pasted that in here. And this one. Okay, so people that make me smile. One of them was my book club, and then in there I mentioned a author who I know, so she really doesn't, she's kind of a friend. She could go in a couple of places. Okay, so I mentioned Terry Brown, who's my favorite author in this one. So I'm going to find her. So I'm going to just show you real quick, because this is a good example, that if I came over here and tried to select her, I don't think I've done her person yet. See, that's not the right Terry. So she's not in my people. So I'm like, how am I going to find her? Well, I know that I saw her recently, pretty recently. So I'm going to just scroll down because I know she's pretty recent. I'm actually going to go to my gallery. I'm going to close this. I'm going to go to my gallery. And I'm going to scroll down. It was the end of February that I saw her. So we're in March. And I could sort this by filter and just find my pictures of February, but I know it wasn't that long ago. So I feel like I can find it. There she is. And I haven't named her yet, right? She's right here, unnamed. So I just want to show you. I'm going to click on her, and then all the pictures of her is going to come up. What do I want to do? If you, I did a whole video on this, but I'm going to scroll through and make sure these photos are of her, and they are. So I'm going to go up to my name. And I'm going to put her name in here, Terry Brown. And so that's how I kind of worked backwards, right? I knew where a picture of her was. And so I went and found that picture, and then I found more of her. And there's probably more, but that's at least I know that those are there now. So I'm going back to my albums. And that was in groups because it was talking about my book club is one of my groups. And I want to add this file. So then I'm going to go to filters, people, and now it should have, she comes up as a choice. And then I can go through here and add a few of her. You can see I like to go, I've been to a couple book launches and selected, and then those are hers. Again, you see this? I really don't need the dates here. So I'm gonna go to filters, I'm gonna go custom, the date goes away. I like that better. So an example of something that I don't really have a photo of and that I need is so this one talks about my book club. We're virtual. And so the next time we meet at the end of March, I'm going to take note and take a picture, a screenshot of our book club. I'm going to warn them all to come and it's late at night. I might tell them to, come with smiles on and with your hair brushed, because we're going to take a photo for my What Makes Me Smile album. So sometimes, and that's what I had to do for some other things. I had to actually take pictures because I didn't have them. And that's a great thing because it's making you document things that you may not have otherwise. And you may not have a picture for Inspire. So for me, I'm going to find a Bible quote, and I'll probably put a quote in here for Jesus. And then, but if you had a comedian or an actor or a musician, then I would just Google it, download the picture and upload the photo here, and then you're done. So that's all I have for this week. I hope that helps. Please organize your house and screenshot it, send it to me. You can send it to me email. You can post it on Facebook or Instagram, and you'll be entered in. You're going to really love what the prizes are for March. So make sure you get the entries in before the end of the month. If you have any questions, please call me or text me or comment below or comment on Facebook, message me, however you can get a hold of me, and I'm happy to help you. And I look forward to next week to see what we have come up for places that make us smile. I'll see you next week. Bye.